I want to say something that most people in this space won't say. Laziness as a permanent personality trait doesn't really exist. I know that might sound like a feel-good excuse, but stay with me because what I'm about to tell you is actually more uncomfortable than just calling yourself lazy. Because if laziness isn't a trait you were born with, then it's a pattern you built, slowly, quietly, probably without realizing it. And patterns can be broken, but only if you understand what built them in the first place. That's what this video is about, the real reason you feel lazy and the specific things that actually fix it, not temporarily, for good. So if laziness isn't a personality trait, what is it? In most cases, laziness is one of 4 things, and when you figure out which one applies to you, the solution becomes obvious. The first is energy depletion. Your body and brain run on fuel, sleep, food, movement, hydration. When any of those are chronically low, your brain goes into conservation mode. It stops initiating hard tasks and looks for rest instead. That's not lazy, that's biology protecting itself. The second is lack of clarity. Most people think they're being lazy when they're actually just confused. They sit down to work and can't start because they don't know exactly what to do first. So they do nothing. Scrolling feels better than staring at a blurry problem. The third, and this one hits harder, me, is fear. I fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear that if you really try, it still doesn't work. What does that say about you? Laziness is often just fear, wearing a comfortable disguise. And the fourth is a misalignment between what you're doing and what you actually care about. When you're working on something that genuinely excites you, you don't need motivation, you need to be reminded to stop. But when you're grinding through something that feels meaningless to you, every minute feels like an hour. So before you call yourself lazy again, ask yourself, honestly, is this energy, clarity, fear, or meaning? Because the answer changes everything about how you fix it. So let's talk fixes, one for each cause. You can apply. If your problem is energy, stop treating sleep like a sacrifice. Every hour you cut from sleep to get more done is borrowing from tomorrow's productivity to pay for today's. It never works. Pick a consistent sleep time, protect it the same way you'd protect an important meeting. Also, move your body before you try to use your brain. Even 10 minutes of walking dramatically increases focus and motivation for hours afterward. Not because of discipline, because of blood flow, oxygen, and neurochemistry. Your brain works better when your body has moved. If your problem is clarity, before you start any session, write down the one specific thing you're going to do. Not work on the project. Write the introduction paragraph, or and reply to the 3 pending emails. Your brain needs a precise target before it will commit energy to moving. Blur is the enemy of action. Specificity is the cure. If your problem is fear, the only fix is exposure. You have to do the thing badly before you can do it well. You have to write the terrible first draft, send the imperfect email, start the project before you feel ready. Every person you admire who seems fearless, they didn't eliminate the fear. They just stopped letting it have the final vote. And if your problem is meaning, this one requires the most honesty. Ask yourself, is this thing I'm avoiding actually important to me? Or have I been chasing someone else's version of success? Sometimes what looks like laziness is actually your gut telling you that you're on the wrong path. Not every lack of motivation needs to be overcome. Sometimes it needs to be listened to. Here's the last thing I want to say, and it might be the most important. Every time you call yourself lazy, you are reinforcing an identity. And your brain is extraordinarily good at living up to whatever identity you give it. Tell yourself you're lazy enough times, and your brain starts using that identity as a reason not to try. Well, I'm just a lazy person. This is just how I am. But the reverse is also true. Every small action you take, every time you do the hard thing, when you didn't feel like it, you cast a vote for a different identity. Not lazy, capable, consistent. Someone who follows through. You don't need to overhaul your entire life tomorrow. You just need one moment today where you choose differently than you did yesterday. That moment compounds, slowly, quietly, the same way the laziness built up. Except this time, it's building something worth having. So stop calling yourself lazy. Figure out which of the 4 things is actually going on. Address that specifically, and start casting votes, one small action at a time, for the person you're becoming. You're not lazy. You're just running the wrong diagnosis on a very solvable problem. If this reframe hit different for you, subscribe to SeekenMind and like this video. Now, everything we talked about today connects directly to something else I want you to understand. I've linked the next video right on your screen. It takes everything from today one level deeper. Next video is right there. See you in it.